Well, blam. We should be live properly now. Hello out there in Twitch watching land on Arvin Elron's channel. Welcome,
Hi.
welcome to a much-awaited new episode of Community D&D Shadow Crew Adventures. With whoa, there's a ping. Anyway,
Yeah, that was my phone. Sorry.
um, and I pulled a sneaky and I changed the title of tonight's session from what I had originally given Arv. Anyway, God, it's been 4 weeks since our last one, and I totally forget what I'm doing. um, since we are on Arvin Elron's channel, make sure to check out all of Arv's stuff. You can do !Arv things to get most of Arv things, !Arv shop to get to the Arv shop, !Icarus to find stuff about his graphic novel, !A library for information about Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's a 5e sourcebook with lots of content also from other authors. You can do, and also, of course, I feel, did I miss one? I feel like I'm,
Library Icarus.
Gray Shade KS,
Gray Shade, yeah.
Gray Shade KS to find out some vague information about the upcoming Gray Shade Literary Universe Kickstarter.
Whenever that'll happen.
Whenever that will happen, it's stay tuned to find out more. It will happen at some point.
There will be an announcement
Exactly.
that it will show up.
And of course, BLM for Black Lives Matter, because we want to continue to assert and affirm the importance of Black lives in our communities. And of course, also Help Now for mental health assistance and suicide prevention information, because sometimes you get down a dark hole and you need some help to get back out of it. So there's information there. And with that, I think we can go on to introductions of all the people, the lovely people down below me. Oh, right, because I am Shadowed Mage, the Dungeon Master and host for tonight. Totally forgot about that. Anyway, right below me, we have Rock God. Rock God, please tell everybody a little bit about yourself and who the character is you play in our campaign.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rock God. I am the mod here on Arvin Elron's channel. You can usually find me here on Friday nights and Saturday nights. You can also find me at mdrewzion on Instagram, because I like to take pictures sometimes. Not recently because of COVID screwed everything up. But you can go look at some of my old stuff there. And tonight I am playing, every night I am playing, Malik Halamarodin, the half-elf ranger.
Wood Elf.
Wood elf. That's what I said. No, wood elf ranger. Did I say half-elf?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wood elf ranger.
That's unlike you, but it's been a while. Yeah.
I don't know words. Whatever. I play words. That's it.
That's more likely to happen to the guy right below you, who is Hoodie from the rebranded channel of Oh My God, a Truck.
Yeah, that's me.
Formerly
yeah.
_TV, which is still the handle for where you can find him on Twitter, at least for now. So yeah, who are you, and who do you play in our campaign?
Hi, I'm Hoods. I stream a bunch of video games. I don't know. You do like video games? Do they involve time travel? I'll probably be streaming them, because that's what I've been doing, absentmindedly. But now I'm trying.
That's literally
So,
a truck.
yeah. As noted, I stream under Oh My God, a Truck now. It's great. I already own all the stuff for that name, anyways, so this all works out.
Can you bring your volume up just a bit?
I'm not sure if I can on my end. I can try.
I just noticed you seemed a little low compared to everyone else.
The problem is the new microphone. That's my bad. I don't know how to fix the output.
Put it closer to your face.
I mean, I can get it this close.
There you
go.
Does this work? This is me holding the microphone. All right. Let's see.
Okay,
You might hear literally everything move. Is that louder?
that seems a bit better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
We can get it. We can get it very loud.
Oh, now there's a bunch of room noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that hiss.
See, I don't. I try to keep it. The problem is I have everything set up on my end, so this doesn't happen, and I don't know how to do this over Zoom. So I apologize for that.
Grace is the only one who should be hissing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm Hoods. I play Warlock. I do Warlock things. He reads books. His name's Isel Modleaf. Protector, Icespire, Pact of the Tome, Celestial Warlock.
There you
8.
go. Yeah.
Ooh, nailed it.
Yep. Got it.
I was under pressure that time. I felt it.
Had to show that you know who your character is. Shade. All right. Thank you. And we will move down to the person in shadows, Mr. Echo Alpha _ X5.
Who the hell is he?
Yeah. Say a little bit about yourself and who your character is, please.
Classified, and I'm going to be playing Roderick Heron with a human rogue assassin.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We will move on down to the bottom, but certainly not the least, for Triffid. And please tell everybody about yourself and who your character is in our campaign.
Greetings, everyone. I am Triffid, and I play Grace of the Refreshing Breeze, a Tabaxi Bard. In real life, I'm a journalist, and I podcast for fun, talking about mostly speculative fiction stuff. And I'm really looking forward to this. I want to thank everyone for turning out tonight. Including Configuration Queen for the resub and everyone else who's here. Remember, there is a stream challenge going on, so from your desktop computer, if you can get there, please use some channel points to support the stream, and maybe we'll get a little free publicity tonight for the channel. Yep, and I'm really looking forward to this, since I think it's been about a month since we played.
Yep. It has been 4 weeks.
Quick aside, I turned on the auto leveler. Any better? Worse?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yep.
It's all good here.
Yep.
Emo Phillips.
It sounds good now. So.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sound a bit more robotic.
Yeah, so it's in chat on desktop. I believe they still don't have mobile support. If you go down to the channel points button below the chat box just to the left, and if you click on that, there should be an option to contribute points to the challenge. There might not be a message at the top of chat currently, but if you find the stream points, that you should be able to contribute from there. Okay, so let's see here. Last time, Isol made some sharks feel stupid.
I certainly did.
Yeah. So the party had kind of finished some business at the Tower of Storms on the coast. The cultist had been defeated, and then they were basically trying to scope out whatever treasure was in the shipwrecks around in the sea around the tower. They found, let's see if I can remember, there was an axe, a cloak, the crab had gotten them a sword. There was, and also there was a little statue thing, and also, of course, the thing that they were hoping to find, a vial of basilisk's blood, which they're hoping to now take to Adabra to come up with some kind of cure for the other adventuring party who had been turned to stone at the Woodland Mats. And that was kind of so, yeah. Right when we had finished off last time, Isel had just kind of identified all of the things.
Of course they had.
Am I
Hey, we had
forgetting anything important? I mean, like...
Yes, two things.
Okay.
Configuration query subbed, thank you. And there's a channel point redemption going on for boost the stream. So boost the stream, people, now, please. Yes.
I think most of the people who are in here right now
Yeah.
have done it.
Well, spread the word, whatever. Please. Just don't forget it's Arvin and Earl's birthday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or today, right now, for me, anyway. So yes, Arvin, if you're watching this, then happy birthday to you. Start feeling young again.
Yeah. If he pops in tonight, we'll have to make sure to wish him a preemptive happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it was the Wand of Secrets, the spellbook,
right.
the vial, the longsword of minor frostbrand, the battle axe of decay, and the cloak of many fashions. I'm not forgetting one, am I?
No, that
that's it.
sounds correct to me.
I don't. I was gonna hold on to the spell book, but I didn't know what to do. And I think the wand, but I don't really know what to do with the longsword of minor frostbrand and the battle axe of decay. Isel's just like has them both, and is walking after trying to pawn them off on Malik.
Yeah, well, he can consider himself the pack right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You were trying to shove off the axe onto someone else. I do remember that.
Right. If I recall correctly, the axe is not actually cursed. It just makes stuff decay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also heard a lot of threads about the cloak of many fashions and using it as some type of cover, and everyone unanimously agreed that that's not what the cloak does. So, yeah, no, it's just fancy.
What does the cloak do?
You can make it look like any cloak.
It
Oh,
lets
that's it?
you instantly adapt your clothing to whatever is in fashion with the people around you.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a costume,
I love
concealing, blend in. Might be good for diplomacy.
Almost
It's-
as cool as the cloak of billowing.
Yeah, it's really good to like sneak in. I don't think a dragon has like a tabard or a symbol that it uses, so probably not going to be great with the dragon, but you never know.
Might help if we wanted to infiltrate some cultists at some time.
That is true.
Oh man,
We-
you remember in the 90s people would have the airbrushed shirts of like the Looney Tunes characters? Can you change it to be like an airbrushed version of the dragon?
I don't want to, but I'm sure I could. That sounds horrible. We had one of those stands in the mall that the guy would do it for you, and it's just like I that like kicks nostalgia so hard into my body. I hate it.
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Mhm.
So were we gonna ride to Adabra first for the potion, or were we just going? We had plans to either go back to the mountain, and check in with the town, or go to Adabra, or just go straight to the manse. I don't remember which one we landed on.
Right. So hold on. I will take you to the map.
I kind of feel like we were still discussing that. We had finished cleaning stuff out.
Yeah, because I remember, I don't remember if I said it or if I was just thinking it, that I can contact Harbin with the walkie-talkie stone.
think you
Right,
did.
right. You can
I
do
think I-
that,
I
so
think
we
I
don't
did.
really
Yep.
need to go to the town.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's much sense in going to the manse until we have whatever potions Adabra comes up with. So I think going to Adabra's makes the most sense.
Now let's see. Adabra was the woman at the mill.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
Umbridge Hill,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
just just southeast
just-
of Phandalin.
Just like the outskirts of town, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all of the rest of the town had evacuated down to Axholm, which is further south from there.
Uh-huh.
But so, yeah. You want to hit up Adabra, and then go back off to the manse, assuming that she can make whatever it is you're looking for.
Hoping so.
Here's hoping. Is your on? Fall off a horse? Probably. I have two unwieldy weapons I've like strapped to my back. A cloak, a wand, a book, and I'm just trying to like clamber up onto this horse. It's just not going well.
It'll be fine.
For chat, in case you couldn't see, Isel rolled a 6 in animal handling.
It's fine.
Isol, I think you're really getting the hang of it. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been practicing when no one's been looking. It's something of a pride of mine.
Yeah, no, you can really tell. Yeah.
I like put a foot into the stirrup and then like push and just like I do that thing where my whole body shakes with me trying to lift my body on top of the horse, but I don't go anywhere.
I love the sight of Isol putting the wrong foot in the stirrup and then not knowing what to do with his other leg.
Yeah.
Oh, his other left foot.
All right. So if I'm pretty sure I have this correct. So, but correct me if I have this wrong. So it was there had been a long rest that had been, or was it a long rest or a short rest? There was a rest that had been taken
Oh, long rest, of course.
In-
duh.
in the tower here, or in the Tower of Storms, and then it was all of the treasure stuff and identifying. So I believe it should be like midday currently.
Yeah, we did a long rest in the tower, and then
Yeah.
we did a short rest for identify.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Or well, probably more like late morning then. So it'd be late morning. If you pushed it, you could get to Umbridge Hill just kind of like just after dusk. Like but normally like it would take probably like if you went directly and if you went like at a hard ride on your horses, you could get there in about 10 hours. But if you're going on the main road and whatever, which was kind of like the way you came a bit. It was like you had to have a rest in the interim. But
Yeah, we rested right before we crossed the
Yeah.
road to the. Yeah, I'm all for riding hard to get there within the day.
You want to take the road, or should we go straight across the plains?
I don't really know the difference.
Well, given that we've been trying to avoid the dragon, it seems to me that perhaps we should not simply follow the road riding hard for 10 hours, but that perhaps we should skirt the side of the road and take a bit longer. I'd
Okay.
rather not attract his attention and I don't see a tearing hurry to get there by dusk.
Right, I mean, we can go straight across and cut off some time. But it's sort of open plains, so we would be out in the open. But I don't think it's any more or less dangerous than the road, so...
Yeah, Isol doesn't know anything about this, so he'll just shrug. I'll just follow wherever you all go.
I don't have strong feelings. Malak, why don't you choose?
All right, straight across the plains. Let's go. Yeah! Then I'll take off riding.
all right. I will consult my handy dandy tables of stuff that may or may not happen.
And thus, Malik felt like the character from Indiana Jones movie who said, Indy, Henry, run away. Yeah!
All right. So the dice tell me that you get there uneventfully. You come across basically no one, and you're just able to ride hard directly across the plains all the way to Umbridge Hill.
Yay!
I'm gonna ask a finicky question, and I apologize beforehand.
Yep.
Would I be able to read and write on a horse if we're riding it that hard?
Normally, yes. At these speeds, no.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Isol is clinging
if
hard
you-
to the spell book, just like trying to find. Every time that there's like a flat space, he starts to crack it open, and then it starts getting rough again. And he closes it and he holds it close to his chest, and he's just holding onto the horse.
Doesn't he have a huge gold chain around his neck or something?
Yeah, well, that's for the main spell book that he has, but that's not.
Right.
If he chained every book that he owned to him, he'd be dead.
Damn,
So
where's the
basically,
gangster?
it's because you want to try and transcribe the spells from the spellbook into your own spellbook. Gotcha.
Well, I just want to. The only one I can do is comprehend languages because that's a ritual.
Okay.
Because I can only move ritual spells into my ritual handbook or my ritual spellbook. But it would take 4 hours, I think, altogether, which we'd have more than enough time for. But there's no way I could do it on the horse. Just figured I'd ask.
Okay. All right. So the sun has set, and then you kind of come up on Umbridge Hill, and I will bring us over to that map just in case.
I'm going to sidle up next to Grace. Have you met Adabra?
Yes, not as many times as you have, but if you'll recall, when I joined with you, and we went to Ajabra's very shortly after I joined you. So that was one of our first
We've only met her
meetings.
that twice before.
Because there was
when we were trying to clear her graveyard, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. With all the ghosts. Yeah.
the dwarven ghosts, and then there was also, it was just kind of by Umbridge Hill that you ran into the traveling trinket and artifact person. where you guys got a bunch of stuff, and Shakunis then became Roderick.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't that traveling salesman right around here somewhere?
Well, he's since moved on, but yeah. Let me see if I can.
Oh, what's a salesman? He never properly moved on. They never do.
Maybe we'll run into him again and he'll have some more cool things
we
for
will.
us.
Oh, we will.
That sounds strangely ominous, but all right.
All
There's a
right.
salesman that keeps trying to sell his stuff. Always on the move.
So
Never-ending suffering of trying to hustle of.
you can see light coming from a second floor window in the mill there on the top of the hill as you approach. So it looks like, kind of as expected, Adabra didn't get forced by Harbin to go with all of the residents of Phandalin down to Axholm. Or
Should we make our presence known here, or should we just walk up and knock on a door?
I think perhaps we should knock on her fence instead of going all the way up. This is a fence, is it? This big ring around the tower?
Yep.
Isel has the wand of fireworks like halfway out. Oh, right. The fence, of course. And puts the wand of fireworks back away.
So go up to the part of the fence facing the window where we can see a light. Which is that, the north side or what?
Yeah, the north side.
Right. So my preference. Yeah, there I am. My preference would be to go up here. And then basically just go, hello!
Why don't you play her a song?
Certainly.
So she's not, startled.
Right. So I'll start strumming along on my lute.
Okay, can I make a investigation check for traps?
What about check for traps? Where are you wanting to check?
Just wants to check for traps. Maybe she trapped our fence. You don't know.
Every blade of grass is a disaster waiting to happen. She could trap her fence. I 100% believe that she would do that.
Yeah, actually, that probably does seem like something that she would do. But
It would make sense. A woman living alone. Why shouldn't she want some home security?
Already attacked by Manticore with a dragon on the way. Yeah.
And ghosts.
And Ghost. Oh, she's had a life, man.
all right.
I'll say yes.
So yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Check for traps.
I'm gradually increasing the volume of my strumming.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. So you actually do discover that, like, along the fence there's like basically like these weight sensors that, like, if something were to land on top of the fence, these tiny little prickly blades come shooting up out.
That certainly makes sense.
That she knows how to take care of herself. No wonder why she didn't want to leave.
So then you can see a shadow kind of like pass in front of wherever the light source is, up coming from the window, and then you can see the figure kind of like lean out of the window and say, "Hey, someone out there? I think I hear music."
How is it like so dark that she can't see us?
Well, I mean, like, her eyes would take a moment to adjust, but yeah, she's like calling
That's
out.
the light cantrip, max brightness, just like on my hand, to show that we're all there.
Hello, Adabra, it's us, from Fanland.
The
Us?
only
And
person
then
that she could see was everybody except Roderick. Gone into the stealth boat.
and then she's kind of like looking down, and she's like, "Oh, it's you lot again. Well, welcome back. I assume that if you've come back, then you probably need my services for something. Just a minute." And then like you can hear a bunch of like rummaging around, and then like a clunk 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 coming down the stairs, and then like she starts to come out, and
I'll yell,
she starts.
"Thank you and sorry." And then I'll look over at Grace and go, "I figured cover all bases,
Yes,
Kind of
yes,
reminds
it
me now
certainly
of
makes
Hobbit.
sense to start with an apology since we have no doubt. Well, we didn't wake her up, but she may have been about to retire for the night.
We should probably, from now on, everyone we talk to start with an apology. Just as a general rule.
I could have sent Hemingway up there and had it, woken her up softly with a lizard on the face. I feel like it does wonders.
No.
And then I
And the black rats.
I apparate Hemingway into my hand and have forgotten that it's still an octopus, and so just look at it and go, "Oh, that's disappointing," and then disapparate Hemingway again.
I'm so glad Darcy Duquesne isn't here.
How to fix that?
Oh, thy tentacles.
Well, are you lot coming over or what? She kind of calls out, having kind of like come out of the door.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have a few questions to ask you, and I'll walk over and around into that area.
See, as I come through the stone doorway. Hi, I'm Isel. I yelled at your ghosts. Can you please make a thing to cure stone people? And I hold out the potion vial.
Yes, I remember who you are, but that was quite forward. Yes, sorry, can you say that again? And she's like taking the vial from you and looking at it, and she's like,
that's basilisk something. I don't know things about potions. There's stone people that are stone, and we need to make them not stone. So I figured, since you make potions, and you can specifically probably make a potion to make people not stone, that this all works out.
I'll lean in close to her and go, "He is very concise."
I yelled at your ghosts. We're good.
So, there are people who have been turned to stone, and this is basilisk's blood, and you want something that will make the people not stone, and because basilisk's blood can be used to make such a cure.
Right, we were hoping that maybe you could help us out by making a potion out of this to help a group of adventurers.
I don't understand. This is
Precise.
exactly what I just said.
To be precise, we want them turned back to living beings. We do not want stone turned into meat.
All right. Well, come in. I'll have to see what supplies I have and if I can do this right away or not. And she turns around and walks back in.
I'll follow her in.
Me too.
Wherever there's an open chair on that first floor, Isel's just going to bolt right to it and sit down. Immediately pull out books.
What's the inside of her house like? I don't think we've actually been in here yet. I know Roderick went in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I believe Roderick went in once.
Yep.
Grace has not been inside.
Yeah, I think we stayed out the whole time. The ghost thing.
Yeah. So this
And the Manticore.
Yep.
this ground floor level has basically like a bunch of counter and workspace and like cabinets and stuff full of all of her ingredients for making poultices and potions and all that kind of stuff. And there's one solitary chair that I believe that Esau has now bolted himself to.
I go over to the chair and I just arduously push the like tiny glass jars to the side, trying to not break any of them, and then put books down and start reading.
And so as Adalbras kind of starts rummaging around some stuff, you can see her kind of like pause, and then like she stands up very straight and turns around, and she kind of like looks at Esau, looks at Malik, and then like realizes that Esau is probably kind of like checked out, and so addresses Malik and says, "So, how many people are there that have been turned to stone?"
Oh, let's see if I can remember. There was one ASMR, there was an elf, there was a dwarf and a human, and I believe a gnome, and maybe a furbolg, and perhaps I don't know, 5, 6.
Can we roll to remember or something? I feel like it was half dozen or so, but I sure don't remember.
Yeah, I just go through and name like all.
I think Grace would remember.
I go through and name every single race there is.
Yeah. So
there was a Warforged, I believe.
One of you definitely should remember. So
It's 4, but Easel's busy.
Well, you know what? I will.
Easel should have remembered. At least.
Yeah. Let's see. The half rogue, the half elf rogue, Goliath fighter, human wizard, elf hunter.
pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so yeah, I name every single race that there is. And I'm like, I think there was like 12.
Yes.
Maybe.
Jeremy the Aarakocra was also there.
Right.
Yeah. So there was a halfling rogue, a Goliath barbarian, an elf ranger, and an Aasimar sorcerer. So there were 4. So
Well, I rolled a 4 in history, so I am convinced that there was 12.
I mean, Isel will remember this. I don't know if he wants to pipe in or not, but Grace will also remember.
4.
Yeah, no,
We need
Isel
4
overhealer.
potions.
Yeah. East will chime in as well.
Four. Okay. So, making a proper cure for flesh to stone with this amount of basilisk's blood for 4, it'll be stretched pretty thin. Like I could probably guarantee you that it would work on about 2 or 3, but on 4 it might be, yeah, it would probably be stretching it a little bit thin. But I'll see what I can do. I can probably get a couple hours of work on it done tonight, but it would probably take me another at least a few hours again tomorrow to mix in all the ingredients and portion it out into 4. I do have some spare quarters up on the 3rd floor if you wish to stay the night, I suppose.
That would be most kind of you. I would appreciate that.
I'm fine with outside.
I'm good right here. There's a chair.
I might.
He doesn't sleep. That's all right.
I might need that chair.
Oh, well then, you'll have to get another one. I'm sure you have more.
I clasp Isel by the shoulder and gently draw him off the chair.
Oh, fine. All right. I'll find another seat.
Adabra, before you get to work, would you happen to have a mortar and pestle that you're not using?
That I'm not using.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps that I'm not using currently. I'm not sure if I have any that I would want to part with.
No. I just want to use it just the one time. I wouldn't take it with me.
All right, and then like she kind of like walks over and like opens up a cabinet, and like you see like mortar and pestle, mortar and pestle, mortar and pestle, mortar and pestle. She grabs one set and hands it to you.
Thank you. You wouldn't also have actually no, never mind. You wouldn't happen to have any like hot water for tea, would you?
Hot water. Well, like I do have water, but we would have to boil it, which is certainly something we can do.
Yeah, I can put her on the fire. All right. So what I am going to do is I am going to take the. Let me look at my notes to see. I'm going to take the green mushroom, the red mushroom,
Oh no.
and the purple mushroom
Oh, from all the way back in Nomengard.
that we got from Nomengard, and I'm going to take a little sliver off of each one of those, and I'm going to put it into the mortar and pestle, and I'm going to crush it up good. I'm going to make a tea out of all 3 of them.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go pull that back up.
It makes my night. It makes my night every single time when Shadow goes, oh, man.
Yes.
We flip back to the beginning of the module. Here we go.
This is what I live for.
Flip.
Flippity, yeah.
I have been drying these
we're
things.
making Shadow's night.
I've been drying these things out for a year and a half.
But how many did Malik collect from the little small islands inside Nomengard?
I took one of each. I took a green one, a red one, and a purple one. And I'm only cutting like a little piece off of each one. And I'm putting all 3 of them together.
Because I still remember that that little island in the middle had like its own unique like purple and green or something, not reds. So I don't know.
Yeah, there was 3 different kinds: green, red, and purple.
It's been donkey's years.
It's been a year and a half, but since it was COVID over that year and a half, it's been like 5 years. I think.
Yes. I remember casting a spell and getting a fireball result. That's what I remember from that place. Started into my
These
brain.
mushrooms would have been before Grace joined the party.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Mushroom
Yep.
Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Oh, the shrooms.
All right, I found it.
I would love to be drugged with the shrooms.
All right. So yeah, there are red, green, and purple mushrooms. So you're just kind of like grinding up like little slivers of them. Then
I'm grinding them up into a fine powder, and I'm gonna make tea out of it.
Okay. All right. So which
And
one?
I will say, any kids out there, don't do drugs. Or, you know, do them. I don't really care.
Responsibility.
All right.
Do them responsibly.
Which one are you
Once
doing
you're
first?
of age.
What's that?
Which one are you tasting first?
I'm doing all three of them at the same time.
All three of them together. Oh,
Yes,
my mistake.
sir.
I thought this was separate.
No, I'm putting all of them in the mortar and I'm crushing
Shroom
all of them up,
monkey.
mixing them all together and putting them all in one cup of tea.
The shroom tea.
All right. So you do that, and how long do you let it steep?
I
Uh-oh.
don't know. Let's fucking roll for it, right? Because why not? Let me see. How long do you usually steep tea? Like, what's the longest you would? I'm
How
gonna roll a
potent
D4.
do you want it?
A couple
I'm
minutes.
gonna roll a D4. What did I get? I got 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's probably appropriate. Uh,
None of this is appropriate.
I'm glad we have the mature filter on tonight.
all right. So you make the tea out of the mushrooms, and you kind of like let it sit for 3 minutes, and then you take a sip of it, and you notice that kind of like the base flavor is this kind of like musty, almost beer-like quality, but then it also has a bit of like an almost wine-like tang. But then there is also kind of this like sharp, piercing, fiery or oily quality to it as well. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Right. Let's see. Con save. 17.
All right. So, when you have this taste of the kind of like the fiery, oily quality, there's kind of like a shiver that runs down your spine for a moment, but like, it doesn't really like have any kind of lasting effect on you. But like you can tell that perhaps you don't really want to drink much more of this.
This is it's quite good. Yeah. It's a lot of different flavors all at once. Yeah, it's like an amalgamation of different. Issa, would you like to try some?
No.
20 on insight.
Isol is like hurriedly scribbling in his spell book, like a very complicated long string of magic. I have the magic runes of detect magic going, like bouncing around in my eyes, while having the other spell book open to comprehend languages. And I look up from the middle of it to see some clear magical effect happening to you of something. Something is wrong. It may not be extreme. And Isol immediately sees a smirk on your face that is undeniable mischief, and knows that if he even gets near this, his night is going to be ruined because his constitution is terrible. And so very flatly, no, thank you, and then immediately just goes back to writing in his book.
Right, your loss.
Constitution, yes, but what about willpower?
I mean, that's good, but the constitution is going to make him vomit all night. Get the twirls.
Yeah, rather rainbows.
What about you, Grace? You want to try a little bit of this? It's made from mushrooms that we got from Nomingod quite a while ago. I've been drying them for probably about a month and a half.
And do I take it correctly that you do not know what kind of effect these mushrooms would have? You are simply experimenting?
No, I have no idea what they do.
I suppose if you're going to do foolish risks like that, it makes sense to take those risks at the home of a woman who is skilled in potions and probably antidotes. I myself prefer not to adventure myself on such foolish, profitless experiments.
That's probably pretty smart that I would wait until we did it here where she could help. But really, the only reason why I did it here is because she has more and pestle and I don't. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's good that it worked out that way, but, I didn't really think about it that much. Roderick, what about you?
Arthur shakes his head and just goes, no. While he keeps sharpening his dagger and so.
I mean, it is quite tasty. It's almost like a bourbon, it's a little bit of fire going down.
It occurs to me that she did not ask us a price for making these potions or this potion.
Well,
what if she asks a great deal of money?
You know what they say, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Right?
She will demand some service for it.
Well, I mean, I have these, and I just motion towards the giant weapons on my back. And I don't need them, and we don't seem to need them, so I guess that
you mean
works.
To trade them? Well, that might work. Or I suppose we could go try to sell them someplace. That would certainly take more time, but it's a possibility.
I unsheath the longsword from the back, the one of Minor Frostbrand, and I brandish it. I'm like, I just don't know how you fight with these. And then I swing it wildly around, and it looks like a kid playing with a mop. Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah.
Isel, if you would really like to learn swordcraft at some point, I will do my best to teach you some basics, but I do not think that inside this cottage, with all these breakable implements around, is a good place to try to learn.
I've swung it like 3 times now, and you look, and I'm drenched in sweat, and I'm breathing heavily. I don't think this is for me. I thought I'd give it a try. I've seen you all do it so much, and I'll put this away. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, what I'm good at. And I resheath it, and I just sit down on the floor and go back to the tome.
Making your brain all miserable.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, I wonder if she would take trade. Because we do have some things that I don't think will be really all that effective against the dragon. But she might be interested.
Perhaps she would like a fashion cloak.
I could yell at more ghosts if she has any.
Well, she's kind of busy working.
Meanwhile, Roderick's going to walk outside, although he's going to try and quietly and subtly beckon Mallet to come along for a moment.
I'm going to take another sip of my concoction, and I'll put it down on the table, and I'll just kind of follow Roderick out.
Well, so since you took another sip, give me another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit. Let's see here.
I guess the real question is, did Roderick put it in any type of distinctive cup? Or when he put it down on the table, does it look like all the other cups that might be on the table?
No. You would know that it's my cup because it's just it's like a shitty little metal.
Roderick doesn't touch any cup. He's been sharpening his swords and his blades ever since they walked inside.
Yeah, he meant Malik.
Mm.
Now I have
Sorry.
like a little like a steel like coffee cup with a little handle on it, and it looks dinged up and old and shitty. It's probably not something that she would have in her house, so you would know it.
So no one's going to accidentally take a sip of this. That's good.
18.
All right, and again, you get this kind of like bite of the fiery quality with a bit of oil to it, and like kind of like makes you kind of like cock your head a bit, but no real effect.
Man, it's like Johnny Walker Black. All right. I will follow Roderick out.
Okay.
As they came out, he started whispering towards Malik. It is fine powder, is it not?
Say again?
It is fine powder, isn't it?
It is fine powder in my drink.
We're still got any of that pocket bacon.
Oh, yeah. I'll give him some.
No, not for me, not for me.
Oh,
For Easel.
Easel.
Really intrigued to see how he'll react to the whole shroom.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right. It's actually pretty smart.
Good luck with whatever wrath you're about to incur.
Yeah, I don't want to make it obvious. I left my drink in there. I don't want to make it obvious. Why don't we just wait out here for a few minutes and we'll go back in? What I'll do is I'll take a piece and I'll soak it in there, maybe without him noticing, and then see if he wants a bit of it.
Well, perhaps. But what's your estimate of our grace so far? Well, we have traveled some time with her now, so what do you think?
So I think she's a fine fighter. I think she's a. I don't entirely know why she's decided to come with us this whole time. It seems altruistic.
Is
And,
the bard do they need a reason?
well, I mean, even bards want to protect their own lives. I will say, though, that she's probably the best out of all of us. She's probably the
Suddenly an eyebrow raises.
I would say, maybe not the best out of all of us. You know what I mean? She's like the most good out of all of us. She's the most, like I said, altruistic out of all of us.
Yeah, she's like a feline witcher.
Yeah, right. I will tell you this, a long time ago, in my younger years, I was a lot more like her. I tried to see the best in people. I tried to do what was right. Tried to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that didn't really work out that well for me. But I think being around her is starting to remind me of of who I used to be, and maybe I should try and be that person again.
Oh, the way you're going about it, good luck with that. And it smirks a little big, sly one, knowing what they're about to try.
I think that maybe after all this is over with the dragon, and we get our revenge for our friend, then maybe I might spend a little less time in my cabin by myself. Maybe a little more time trying to help people. You know, like I used to. And I'd say that being around Grace has shown me has reminded me that maybe there's a point to, you know, helping those who can't help themselves. Now, let's go try to drug our friend. And I'll walk back in.
And Roderick he's still like, there's no life in him. He's that dark.
All right. Isol, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is perception's only 10. My
Okay.
passive investigation is 16, but my perception is only 10.
Okay. No wisdom bonuses, eh?
No.
Okay.
Remember, I'm a warlock who
yeah.
is smart. I am not wise.
Okay.
That has been clear since day one.
All right. So
While they were outside, I wanted to ask Avada if she needed any help. And partly I want to help, and partly I'm just curious about what she's doing.
okay. So she'll explain that she's kind of like using the basilisk's blood as an ingredient to create some doses of poultice that you will then have to rub onto the stone forms of the petrified adventurers, and that she does have the ingredients that she needs, but it'll just take some time. But she does offer for you to kind of like grind up some ingredients in another mortar and pestle if you choose to help her.
Sure, I'll help for a while.
Okay. That will speed up the process, so there'll probably be less time needed on the next day, because like she also explains that she'll probably want to work for about an hour or maybe an hour and a half tonight before she wants to go to bed.
Right, well, I had a long, hard 10-hour ride, so I'm perfectly willing to split up the tasks. But, grinding the herbs is not arduous, so I can do that for a little while to help.
Okay. All right. So, when Roderick and Malik come back inside, Malik, how stealthy do you want to be in trying to drug Isol?
Very, very stealthy.
All right, so give me a stealth check.
A stealth check?
Yeah.
If need be, Roderick could roll the stealth check.
Or,
so
well,
just
maybe sleight of hand. Maybe that's more appropriate.
That's the one I had locked and loaded.
Yeah.
How about a 15?
A 15 will be greater than Isol's 10 of passive perception.
So where exactly are you putting it? Because that does matter. Because Isol likes bland food and bland drink. And it clearly tastes like something.
I am going to take some of my pocket bacon, and I am going to dip it into the cup with the tea, and I'm gonna swirl it around and let it soak in a little bit,
Oh, well,
and then I will take
month-old
out
meat coated in mushroom water.
I will take out a different piece of pocket bacon, and I'll start chewing on that, and I'll walk over to Easel and offer him some.
This is like Star Wars.
I need a
with
persuasion
spices.
check from you. I need a persuasion check.
I mean,
Well-
Diesel doesn't usually eat the pocket bacon, if I
Yeah.
recall correctly.
You need to sell this real hard.
Hazel, you look a bit hungry. I was wondering if maybe you just want a little snack.
He looks
Are
very
you-
malnourished.
Are you not?
Persuasion.
Are you not cooking later?
Well, just to tide you over.
Oh no.
How's a 20 do?
All right. Okay. Hold on.
Oh yes.
Is
to
he
get
even?
the magma.
I'll just give you a wisdom saving throw. I
Okay.
won't even.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. So
14.
Issa will look at you and be like, "So are you not cooking, or?"
I mean, if you really wanted me to, I could, but I figured, just until, because it might take a while, you might want a little snack just to hold you over.
I'm hungry. He'll take the piece of pocket bacon and then sniff it because it's been in your pocket for a month.
Right.
Sniffing the piece of pocket bacon, perception or investigation, DM. That is your discretion.
Oh boy. Perception,
medicine?
I guess.
Perception. I'm gonna make you earn this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the rolls are serving the story here.
Nailed it.
I'll take a sniff of it. It doesn't smell as bad as I thought it would. All right. Well, thank you. And then I will eat it.
It's bacon, maybe.
Okay.
You-
So,
you-
it-
I have Constitution waiting to go.
It does taste a little more like not kind of like straight bacon taste than you were expecting, but it also does like it almost seems pleasant. But give me that
It's
Constitution.
very moist for dried meat.
Give me
Yeah.
that Constitution saving throw.
Advantage, disadvantage, or normal.
Just normal.
Before you roll, does anyone want to inspire Isel?
It doesn't matter. I crit on that.
Woo!
So I'll hold up the bacon to Malik. And go, oh, this was great. Surprisingly good for something that came out of your pocket. Normally it's musty and smells very bad. So thank you.
Right, yeah, a bit spicy, yeah.
And then I hand it back.
And I'll
Alright.
take it and I'll look at it and I'll just put it down on the table.
Okay. I mean, I guess that'll just be what happens.
I'll look over at Roderick and just go.
Yeah, but now I can't get revenge. That's the sad part.
Give him the old. No, I tried.
Nothing bad happened, so I can't prank you back. That
Right.
sucks.
Well, the best part is that I would assume that Malik would have already done put a little more of the pocket bacon, so he has a little bit more to possibly give Isel later on.
And now Isel isn't suspicious of it, so great. Yeah,
Does
you've opened yourself up for future endeavors.
Does Hemingway get hungry?
I mean, it's a fey creature, so I think no. It probably eats like the weave of magic itself, but sure.
But Roderick's rat is a regular rat.
Yeah,
That
but
is
he's
true.
already been fed. But he always feeds them while they're on the traveling with the horses.
All right. Well, so then eventually Adabra will kind of start to clean up, and she'll say, "All right, if any of you want to go crash in the loft, now's your time to go up. I'm retiring to my quarters on the second floor.
I'll go. So I'm certainly ready for sleep. And I don't think we need to keep watch tonight. I think the ladies' fence and other things will provide sufficient warning if anything were to try to attack. So, I'll go up to the third floor.
Okay.
Roderick just shrugs and goes, I will still go outside and maintain watch.
And Adabra then, like, right before...
He does only like 4 hours of meditation anyway, so he's good.
Right before she heads upstairs, she kind of, like, pauses. She sees this, like, half-eaten piece of bacon on the table. She looks at it, and...
It's a little no. I can't do anything about this.
And she's like, looks kind of old. Better not. Goes up.
Good judgment.
All right.
Over the course of the night, I'd like to learn comprehend languages in my spell book and also change Hemingway back to a lizard.
Okay.
Excellent.
I am going to go outside and go right here and kind of nestle into that little corner there and sleep half sitting up, looking out like this way, just keeping an eye on this, like where we fought the ghosts, just in case.
All right. The night passes uneventfully. Malik gets a good look of clear skies with lots of stars.
If the bacon's still going to be left there, I have to roll another... I don't even know what check I would make for Easel to not munch on something. Sure. Here we go.
Be like a...
I don't know what a 15
save?
even does there. Would he... I don't know if that would be like him just thinking, oh, well, it's been out now, so maybe I shouldn't eat this. Or if he would eat it.
Yeah, I guess
I would say if you're going to make a hunger check, that would be a constitution save, wouldn't it?
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't really get that hungry, does he?
What did he eat? He feels like saltines and like wheat bread. It not very good of a palate. I mean, after that initial couple of bad rolls, Easel has avoided this whole strip of bacon like the plague.
Yep, he is. You're not tempted by the bacon.
He looks up every once in a while and sees it there, and then just shakes his head and goes back to work.
Okay. So then, eventually, morning comes around and Adabra stirs, and she'll go back downstairs and she'll start working again. But like, she doesn't like bother to like check in on any of the rest of you. She just gets to work.
Easel actually gives a respectful nod when he sees her go back to work, even if she doesn't reciprocate, just as another person on task. Feels nice. Someone's swallowed by their work.
All right. Anything else
take
from...
a walk around this area. Just kind of around. Just see what I can see. Anything interesting. Maybe saunter over these stones over here. Take a look at those.
Okay. I mean, you don't really see anything of note, like except for the cairns there, where you know that those were where the dwarven ghosts were. But
Yeah, are these just like piles of rocks?
yeah,
Can I find a little one and just take it with me?
sure.
Like if there's a loose one.
Okay.
Are we feeling a bit cast away right now?
Yeah, I mean, you can find like a bit of a loose pebble. Take it.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in my bag and just kind of as a like a uh, like a I don't want to say trophy, but like as like a memento. There we go.
Okay.
When I wake up, I'm going to look at all of my instruments, check the strings and reeds and skins and everything, make sure that there wasn't any damage from the seawater or the moist atmosphere, and just kind of look everything over and make sure it's all in order. After that, I'll go downstairs and ask Adavra if there's any kind of music she'd like to listen to while she works.
Okay. So, oh, uh, do, do you know any good folk songs? Just something light and breezy.
Sure. And I start to play a selection of happy little ballads.
Over the hills and far away
Mm-hmm.
was a lady on the mill.
And this seems to put Adabra in a good mood, and her
Who lived upon the hill,
pace of work kind of picks up just a smidge.
who paid the bills for the fill of potions. Well,
So, is
In
anything?
fact, if she wants, she can even take an bardic inspiration for her work on her potion making
Okay.
or paste making, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So does anyone have anything they want to do in the interim of like basically 2 hours, but until she'll be done?
It's morning now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Roderick would have been meditating a little bit. A little oomph. As he's been keeping guard all night since he's been meditating for roughly 2 hours.
Go back inside and see if I can kind of look over Easel's shoulder and see what he's looking at his book.
I want to see the effects of the shroom.
Yeah, all the like parchment and quills have been cleaned up, and it's just the main big spell book out. And if you peer over the shoulder, it's about fitting archways and doorways with different different cuts of wood, different joints that you would use to fit those archways. And Isel's just sighing while reading it, flipping a page.
That looks riveting.
It's almost, it's great. It's great. hopefully something better next.
Yeah, you said you got to get through the bullshit to get to the good stuff, right?
That is the eternal hope. And then I quickly flip 3 pages forward, and there's nothing there, and I sigh again, and I put it back, and I just keep reading.
Yeah, and I'll just wander off around her house.
Okay. So, eventually,
But
like, yeah, go ahead.
nope.
Oh. Okay. So, a couple hours passed, and then like she like starts to like go into like the finishing up phase, and like she's basically like starting to like scrape like this kind of like paste stuff into like these small little jars. And then she'll like fit scrape this paste into these jars and fit them with lids, and then like she ties little like ribbon bows around the jars, and she sets them on the table, and she says, "I'm done."
And now,
I come over and look at the little jars and I say, "Thank you. We never discussed a price."
Oh, well, you are adventurers. Have you come across any perhaps interesting potions in your travels?
I don't think we have any interesting potions, but we do have quite a bit of interesting things.
We used all the water breathing potions, did we not?
No, I cast water breathing. So we still have those.
That's right. It was a spell. I can't think of any potions.
Malik has potions, but I'm not gonna call him out.
I'll just go out the healing potions we got from her like years back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am specifically not telling her about the potion of invulnerability.
I guess I'll stand up, and then kind of reach down for one of my heavier bags, and then start taking the weapons off of my back and just putting them on the table, and then pulling out the hat of wizardry, and then putting the spell book down, and then like taking out the wand of pyrotechnics and the wand of secrets. And like, I have a lot of things.
Yeah, and if none of that interests you, I also have this, and I'll take out the platinum necklace that Isla almost threw away.
Great.
Okay.
And there's the fashion cloak.
Oh, wait, I was wearing that. And though I take off the cloak that just was white and I put it down, it transforms back into whatever its true nature is.
And then that kind of seems to catch her eye a little bit, and she'll be like, "Ooh, I don't mind that cloak. I perhaps would maybe take that, and well, actually, I'll need some money from when I need to go buy some supplies again. Would you be willing to part with 20 gold as well?"
Let's see, how much... I mean, I'm sure we can come up with that. I just don't even remember how much money I have.
You guys are rich.
Yeah, we got plenty of money.
Can I just take out a singular pearl and just hand it to her?
Oh, this is
Might
even
be
more
a bit
valuable.
difficult to spend, though.
But actually, this I could use in certain potions and whatnot, so that's even more valuable. But like I said, some money for supplies that are harder to come by would be nice.
I just put the longsword in her hands.
She like
I
looks,
keep specifically not giving her gold and just giving her objects instead.
she looks down at it, and then she just like hands it back to you. She's like, "I have no use for weapons."
No, please, I insist. And then we do like a very polite back and forth till I'm sure I end up back with it. looking dejected.
So 20 gold would be 40 electrum, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I'll get rid of 40 of my electrum pieces then.
Okay.
Will this
40
do
ele-
instead?
What now?
Electrum.
Pardon?
40 what now?
Electrum?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
coin,
It's-
about half as valuable as gold.
Yeah, it's in between copper and gold.
Uh-huh.
Very rarely used.
Yeah,
So-
and very, very weird name too.
If she will take that instead of gold.
Okay. Yep. She accepts that gladly.
Okay.
Because she was about to try and stab through Isol's robe with that damn sword.
I start pulling out the axe to put it into her hands as well. So on the counter, there's 4 there because she said that she might not be able to make all 4.
Well, yeah. There are 4 jars.
Issa will look down and pick one up, and these will work.
Well, they should. But
How exactly do we just smear it all over, like all the contents of this one jar all over one person, or?
yes, exactly that.
Oh, all right.
But as you see, like, and she kind of like holds up a jar. Getting it over enough area might be a bit of a problem. But I assume that if you're able to maybe perhaps get it like covering really well on like perhaps the hands and the legs, that then perhaps that like once it starts to take effect, that they'll be able to break out and shake off the rest of the stone that maybe is it might be it is supposed to work according to my books, but in practice might be different than in theory.
I think we can probably spread it pretty thin, and I'll lean in close to her and I'll go, I have silverware.
And she just kind of like gives you a confused look.
Perhaps we can use a little less on the halfling and a little more on the Goliath.
Oh, yes, I suppose that would probably make sense. Well, pleasure doing business with you. I like my lonesomeness. Now please leave.
Issa's already turned and started to walk away after the
Thank you for your help, madam. Have a peaceful week.
Well, good luck to you.
Out I go.
I will be
We shall see.
the last to leave. And I am going to palm a handful of gold. And I'm going to walk up to her and say, "You've been incredibly helpful. Thank you very much." And I want to slip 30 gold into her hand.
Okay. She just kind of smiles, but doesn't say anything.
We'll leave you alone now. And then I'll go.
Oh, just Meteor already.
Can I make a sleight of hand check? I want to try and do something. I'm gonna tell you after seeing what happens there.
I'm not sure I approve, but
I'll do it with disadvantage because it's Isol.
okay.
So Isol wants to leave the longsword in like an umbrella rack. But I don't think it's gonna work. So.
Let me see here.
Oh, aren't we the justice people?
So like a couple minutes later, like she'll like notice this sword there, but like you guys have already kind of like started to like wander off, and she like weighs her options. She grabs the sword and she runs up to the 3rd floor and chucks the sword out of the window. Like as like close to like towards Isel as she can get it.
Yeah, but how would you know that it was Isel?
Well, because he kept trying to give it to her.
Because he kept trying to pawn it off on her. Yeah.
A natural
Yeah.
inference, I must agree.
Can I try and like mage hand this, like swat it away from me?
Well, I mean,
Do you even see it coming?
yeah,
I mean,
do you even see it
Yeah,
coming?
I don't know.
Like
I mean, no.
in-
Does Isel see anything? No, of course not.
in my head, we're just walking back to the horses, and all of a sudden, just thunk right next to you into the ground.
Yeah, well, she rolled a 19 to chuck the sword.
Oh
So-
god, yeah. All right.
Oh shit! So I guess it thunk right into your back.
And it like just kind of like shunk, like tip first, like sinks like right into the ground, like a step in front of Isel.
You just hear in like a very low voice. Oh no, she found it.
You left your sword.
It was supposed to be a gift.
I don't
I'm
want
sorry.
it. Take the damn sword.
I mean, like you could sell it or something. Okay. Pick it up and I sheath it because I didn't leave the sheath. I just left the sword, and then yeah, just keep going.
Roderick just looks at Isel and just go, "You should have told you loved her already."
No.
Yes, you should have.
I see. You left the sword so you'd have an excuse to go back and visit her again. Is that it?
I mean, I don't really need an excuse to see people again. I just don't want to see people.
Isel, with how you behave around everyone, you always need an excuse.
I feel like that's a little hurtful. People love to see me and interact with me. I make things happen. I made ghosts go away. I chase off birds. I make sharks smell things. I'm very useful.
It is true. You do make fun of the townsmaster in ways we cannot do.
I'm trying to help him get over his crippling bad leadershipness.
Yeah, that's only going to be done by
useful.
replacing him. My throat.
As we get back to the horses, right before we like take off, I want to look back. Is Adabra still on the like on the top of her tower?
No,
No. Oh,
she
all
went
right.
back down.
I was just gonna look for her and see if she was still there and give her a thumbs up.
Oh, did anyone happen to contact the town last night in the mines and see how they are doing?
I did not, but we can do that now if you want.
Probably
fact-
before we decide where to go next.
Right here, if you want to talk to Armin.
And I'll hand her the stone.
Okay. I look at
Are we
the
not
stone.
going to unstone the people?
I just thought we'd check and make sure that all was safe and well at the mine before we move in another direction.
Right. Fair enough.
But I don't know how to use this stone.
Oh, you need to hold both sides of it, right? And it's a little strange because it's like there's one button on one side and then two buttons on the other side, but you gotta hold the one button on this side, but then the bottom button over here, you kind of gotta do it like with your middle finger and your thumb both at the same time, right? And usually it will work, but sometimes it gets confused and takes a picture instead.
I'm gonna say, no, that's how you take a screenshot. What are you talking about?
The whole stone with both hand things. Starting to make me think about Stargate and the way that the
Oh, the
Goal
hand
station.
device.
No, not that one. The how to pilot the ships with the big globe.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And I will show her how to use it, like for real.
And you have to shout Shafakri.
Hmm.
okay. So I call Arvin and check in and see. Arvin? Avram? What's his name?
Harbin.
Yeah, Harbin.
Harbin, that's right. So Harbin, are you there?
And so like there's like a pause for like a good long moment, and then like the voice echoes back in your head, just saying, yes, I'm here. We're all good here. Thanks. How are you?
We are well. We have accomplished some things and we are moving off in another direction, but I wanted to make sure that you were all safe. And so, if you are safe, is there anything you need to tell us or ask us before we move off again?
Nope. Everything good here at Axholm. Would be nice to see you, I guess, if you want to come this way, but we don't need anything from you. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll continue on our quest then, hoping, that once our goal is to eventually get rid of the dragon so that you can move back home. So we'll keep doing that instead of visiting you.
Have seen dragon flying overhead. Has not tried to attack us here.
Good. Which way did you see the dragon fly last?
Back towards the mountains. It's flying east.
Very well. Thank you. Good luck, and we'll talk to you again sometime soon, hopefully.
And then there's no response.
How do you hang this thing up?
Smash it.
I-
Hard.
I
Ruin it.
Give
break
the
it.
rock back to Malik.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll put it back in my satchel. Yeah. I'm really glad that you didn't take him up on his offer of, stopping by. There's just something about that guy that rubs me the wrong way. And he sort of doesn't really like him at all. He tries to give all that nonsense about, I just want to help him. Just want to make him courageous. But that's what assholes say when they're being assholes.
All right, I guess our next target is the mansion for the manse.
Weren't we at the mansion recently? No, that was a castle.
Isn't that where the statue people are?
The manse, yeah.
The Woodland Manse.
Well, the manse, yep.
Yep. So, yeah, that would be... at least 2 days of travel. You could probably get there in 2 days.
Okay, well, off we go then.
All right. So, off you head. And the trails seem almost suspiciously quiet, but the first day seems to pass uneventfully. Where are you hoping to maybe stop for the end of your first day? You could probably get to about halfway-ish, so somewhere probably around here.
Can we get somewhere like closer to the woods, like over
Yep.
here?
I approve.
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
thinking.
Tree cover.
Mm-hmm.
More cover, more morning wood. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you make it to the edge of the forest there, and you're able to make a camp. And
Yeah, we'll definitely take watches here.
okay.
Who wants to take first watch?
I'll do that.
Right.
Right, I'll take second watch.
And I will.
Be up.
And I will take second watch.
You know, Grace, some of us need sleep. Unlike certain people.
And shrug and have Hemingway go up a tree, start looking out for things.
Stereo just he departs Roderick's shoulder and goes into his little pouch on his on his belt.
All right. The night would pass uneventfully. The only thing that really happens is a curious fox kind of comes and like skulks around the outskirts of your camp for a little while. But then, and would anyone want to interact with a fox?
Is that during first watch or second watch?
Second watch.
Second watch. I'll look over at Grace and go, what do you think he says?
He says he wants to die. Because I hate this song.
You know, Grace, I got to talking to Roderick last night, and honestly, we were talking about you, and I just wanted to thank you for traveling with us.
Well, you're welcome, of course, but thank you. It's been quite an interesting experience joining you people. I'm glad you enjoyed my company.
Well, it's good to have someone with a, a sort of right-thinking head on their shoulders. You know, I gotta say, you know, when I was younger, I used to be a little bit more like you, where I would always try to, you know, see the best side of people. And I want to thank you for that too, because I think you've reminded me about how I used to be when I was younger.
I'll confess that was not my intent. If my presence makes your days lighter or your heart lighter, that's a good thing to have done. I'm glad you told me. But I would never say that I always do or think the right thing. I like to be happy. I like to make other people happy.
Well, you're certainly better than three of us, that's for sure.
You hear from like the other side of the fire, I still have ears, you know.
And I'll lean in close to her and go, he's a real piece of work, isn't he?
I don't think he ever. Well, sometimes he intends mischief, but I don't think he ever intends to be hurtful, or at least not permanent. He does certainly seem to have a grudge against Harbin. but you know, he is mostly quite an inoffensive fellow.
Not real great with the social cues.
No, they're certainly not a priority for him. But you know, he helps when we're in trouble. He's got his own goals, and he makes me laugh.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade him. He quite honestly grows on you, you know, like a fungus.
Speaking of fungus, tell me the story of what those things were that you were acquired, and why you kept them for a year and a half drying before you did anything with them.
The mushrooms.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I already told you that I just didn't have a way to, you know, crush them into a powder. Right. So, like, that's the only reason why I asked Adabra for it. I've had them for quite a while. We early on in our adventures, we went to a place where there was a bunch of mad gnomes, and
mad angry or mad crazy?
Yes. And they lived in a cave that was afflicted by wild magic. And these mushrooms grew on the outside, like there was like a little waterfall, like a little stream. And they grew on the outside, and these gnomes made alcohol out of the mushrooms. So I thought it would be a good idea, because they had like the red mushrooms were to make one alcohol, the purple was to make another, you know, specifically. And I thought it would be a good idea to collect all three of them and then put them together and see what would happen. You know, Issa almost blew us up in that cave.
That does not surprise me greatly.
Yeah, it was quite an adventure. Isel has no comment for that.
Isel drifted back. He thought that he heard you guys talking about him, so he listened in and then tuned out immediately when you guys mentioned it, and then like started getting quieter, and then when the noise came back, he was already gone.
Yeah, but I kept those mushrooms for quite a while, because I mean, I wanted to try them out and put three of them together and kind of see what happened. You know, you gotta have a little experimentation in your life, right?
If you wish, I find enough adventure on the road without experimenting with what I'm eating, but as you will.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm exactly averse to mind-altering substances. You know,
I believe you've mentioned before that sometimes you feel that helps bring you closer to nature.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, yeah. That's what I tell myself. Yeah, sure.
And so the night passes.
Okay. um. Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. And then you can decamp and be on your way in the morning. Traveling means stuff. Nothing important happens. And so then
People, spend your channel points now. Boost the stream now.
you make your way traveling through the forest, off in the direction of the woodland manse, and Malik's and Grace's survival and trekking skills are able to get you on the right track, and you're able to make it to the woodland manse by early evening. Woodland manse.
Loading, I presume? Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the weird pumpkins.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
gonna just have detect magic up at all times here.
Right. Before we actually go into this place, I'm going to sing and give bardic inspiration to everyone. Well, everyone but me. That's how it works.
Why don't we just save this section for section for October so we could do some Halloween.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That is so lovely.
Yeah, I saw a house decorated for Halloween already last Sunday when I was out on a walk.
I apologize for advance, but morons.
Hey, anything past Labor Day, that's it. It's on. It's Halloween season.
I am so not understanding the logic. But okay.
How does this place look after we've like destroyed the vine?
Well, yeah. So, Malik attacked the vine. You did not destroy the vine.
Fair enough. Gross. Horrifying. That's terrifying to look at.
So, yeah, it
Oh no.
when last you were here, you had the big encounter with enemies here, and there were some boars around. It now seems pretty well abandoned. It seems like that after you guys, or after the party left, that nothing really had more, like, that no one's been around here. There's no more boars or anything. There's still all the pumpkins and everything, but there's no signs of life around.
Other than vegetable life.
Yeah, with detect magic up as we're riding up, do I get anything from the pumpkins?
Yes, the pumpkins are definitely still magical.
Very low whisper to everyone as we're walking up. The pumpkins are magical. I don't know what you want to take away from that, but there you go.
Should we take one?
No. They're magical, and they all seem to be the same type of magical. So, they're probably connected by something. Last time we were here, you fought a plant, so I'm
Right.
assuming that.
That
Let
could
us
be.
not bother the pumpkins, and perhaps the pumpkins will not bother us. At least until after we achieve our objective of getting into the manse and trying to heal or, revive these poor instoned people.
I mean, it seems to me like we're in the business of collecting magical items. And you say that they're magical, so I figured maybe we just take one.
Well,
But
there's
no.
But maybe we could
Like a
do
bad-
that on the way out and instead of on the way in.
Harpies are
Right, then.
magical objects, right? They are inherently magical in nature, but you didn't collect one of them. There's like a bad magic and a good magical thing going on here, and I feel we really need to express the delineation between the two because you just asked about taking a magical pumpkin, and really can't let that happen. Are we good? Hands in your pockets? Yes.
Oh,
Sorry, my internet connection just went and then came back again.
oh, okay.
I missed.
I was momentarily afraid that we might have lost you, but
Yeah, almost. It says my internet connection is unstable, but then it came back.
okay.
So
And so Isel was just saying, let's just go in, hands in our pockets, not disturbing the pumpkins, which I fully endorse.
all right then.
Now let's smear some weird paste on some stone people. We'll just start walking inside.
Okay.
Now, Isel actually make a straight beeline over to the Icespire woman.
Okay. So to get there, you have to go through the courtyard with the well with the vines.
Yep, and I have detect magic up, so if anything's immediately off-putting, he will stop.
Yeah, there are definitely like a strong sense of magic coming from down the well, from which the vine is growing out.
What type of magic?
Transmutation.
I'll let everyone know. It's whatever is. It's coming from the bottom of the well. I don't know what you want to do about that. I don't know if we can just walk around these. Actually, can I? Is there like a? Because this place is run down, is there like a piece of wood just kind of laying around that I can throw into that room?
Yeah, sure.
As
Yeah,
soon as he
it-
grabs
it-
the piece of wood,
It's
I'm
not
gonna
like
grab
very
his-
big, but
as soon as he grabs a piece of wood, I'm going to grab his wrist and go, no, this is the same mistake that I made last time we were here.
Oh, this is what you did.
The very
Right.
same, yeah.
Before we
Right.
do this, on
Right.
the windows outside the building, how high are those? Could we just climb in from the side instead of going through the scary vine room?
Oh, you want to go next to the scary pumpkins? I see.
Well,
I
It
like
isn't
to
the
follow
the
the scary
vines
pumpkins.
did attack. The pumpkins,
We haven't
I'm
really gotten
still
close
hoping
enough.
if we leave them alone, maybe they'll just let us walk past them. How high are these windows
yeah, I'm
on the
just
side of the building?
checking.
Yeah, I think Grace has an excellent point. Like, vines can be grabby, but what's the worst a pumpkin can do? Roll at you? Ooh, I'm real scared.
Isel thinks for like a good minute, and then just says, "Probably grow a mouth and eat you." But like, though eat, I feel like a pumpkin eating me would be terrifying. So, that one is what I'm going to lock in here.
Well, unless your name is Daniel Fortescue, the pumpkins are not going to do anything towards you.
Yeah, so the windows are about 5 feet up and about 2.5 feet wide by about 2 feet tall. And some of them have kind of dilapidated shutters that have been overgrown by ivy, but like you could probably easily break through and get through the windows if that was a course of action you wish to take instead.
Well, I think we should stay together, whichever way. I do not think we should split up and have some people try windows and some people go through the room with the well and the vines. So I vote for windows. Who's with me?
Yeah, I'll go windows.
I'll watch you do the windows, and then I'll probably do the windows if it's safe.
Well, safer than a room full of vines. Oh, right, but you're afraid of the pumpkins with the mouths.
Pumpkins. Yeah, no, it would be terrifying. I'm just saying. Listen, just think about it. From the stem, it just splits in half, and then there's like teeth, but weirdly human teeth, not
Right.
like. And then they have like molars. And why would a pumpkin need a molar? They're not plant eaters at all, so they don't have to mush anything down. So that doesn't make any sense. They'd be eating meat. They're meat-eating pumpkins. And Easel starts rambling about this for way too long as everyone starts making their way out.
Where did Easel get this idea about the pumpkins?
All
He
right.
thought about it. He was allowed to think about this for more than like a minute and came up. This is
He was
how a pumpkin is scary.
encouraged to think about it. I have to
Yeah.
confess, he was encouraged to think about horrible.
This is what happens when
pumpkin
we read a
things.
book.
There's power of imagination.
All right. I am going to go to a window, wait for people to gather around. Then I will attempt to open the shutters. Do
So,
I
Echo,
do you want
are
me
you-
to roll or just do it?
Echo, are you saying that you shouldn't read books? Is that the takeaway from tonight's? Is the takeaway from tonight's cast do drugs and don't read?
I do
Radical.
not endorse this message.
I have not gone. I have not gone postal, no. But you can read book. Just don't give Isle any books.
It's too late. I think he owns a town of books at this point.
A town?
Yeah.
That's
He
small. That's
owns a
small
town
scale.
of books.
That's bullshit. You mean a city of books?
Oh, not yet. That's next. Next would be a city of books. Neverwinter.
I call bullshit on that. Sorry, but I do.
All right.
I mean, Vandalin's not a city; it's just a town. Well, a small city. Not yet.
Small town.
Okay. So it'll take maybe only a minute of work or so to kind of like hack away some vines and kind of like break open a shutter.
Right. This ivy isn't magic ivy or anything, is it, Isel?
No, I don't know. Is it?
No.
Right.
No,
So,
but
away
I'm
with
like
the ivy.
I'm locked on the pumpkins to see if they're moving at all when they start hacking away.
Nope. Nothing from the
Right.
pumpkins.
And with that being accomplished, I will see if I can get this window open.
Yep. You are able to do so.
Okay. And I will just, put my claws up and draw myself up onto the windowsill.
And aren't you a darling cat pumpkin?
I can roll acrobatics if you want.
No. I mean, it's a pretty standard adventure type ability just to kind of hop through a window.
And
Okay,
wouldn't
here I
the
am,
Tabaxi-
inside.
Wouldn't
Yep.
the
What do I
Tabaxi
see?
have a advantage anyway on acrobatics?
I have advantage in climbing. But I can look it up what it is exactly. But
Easel's just gonna hug to the wall, like it's a cliff face type of hug to the wall, all the way over to the window.
I'll also climb through the window. And then I will try to help Easel climb through the window.
I was gonna say, without help, Easel would have to roll with this.
yeah, it's called Cat's Claws climbing speed of 20 feet. But so it will not even take me an entire round to get up and over and in.
So some dim light spills in through the window and the other windows and from the courtyard over on this side. And you see the the circle of mud that was on the ground here, and the 4 what appear to be statues, but you know are actually the petrified adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of around the circle there. So there's one there, one there, one there.
I believe
And one
this
there.
one's the Icespire,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. Easel's just immediately going over there.
The tiny text is kind of indicating, yeah. So that one's the Icespire Sorcerer, the Goliath Barbarian, the Halfling Rogue, and the Elf Ranger.
I am going to go over here and work on the ranger
Okay.
because I know that rangers, I think, let me check something really
You know, Rangers,
quickly.
I think.
I know that some rangers have lesser restoration,
Yeah, that was also... Well, you need greater restoration for this.
which means that maybe higher level ones have greater restoration.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for from the Sorcerer as well, especially a Divine Sorcerer. We'll find out.
Right. I'm not going to rub paste on anyone because my claws and my fur, I think I'd get more of it on me than on them. So I will keep watch.
Oh, actually, Melik has this really neat back of the spoon trick.
You lick the spoon?
I hold out a hand for a piece of silverware.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he on again? Oh no!
He froze.
Mm.
Right in time for the silverware, the most important part. I'm gonna quickly sit down and write in the book. This is going to work, right?
All right. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
my internet went a little wonky. Last thing I heard was I have a really cool back of the spoon trick, and I don't know what that means.
You mentioned that you have silverware, so you could spread things very
do have
thin. The
Yes.
thinnest way to spread things is with the back of the spoon.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was thinking a knife, but yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, knife is very inefficient. If you want to spread things real smooth and real thin, back to the spoon is the way to do it. From one silverware enthusiast to another.
I do have 2 sets of silver.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
do
it's
no silver, don't we?
Isel's gonna hold out a hand for a spoon to take it from you.
I will give him a spoon. I will give him I will give him a pewter spoon.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. I don't know if that's gonna mess with the chemistry of this at all. Probably not, 'cause that'd be crazy.
all right. So Isil is spreading poultice on the Icespire Sorcerer and Malik on the Elven Ranger. Is it just those two and kind of wait and see how that goes, or what?
I'm keeping watch.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the magic users first to see if they can help at all with the remainders. Seems like a smart enough plan.
Okay. All right. So you spread the poultice around, and then it just kind of like you have to step back and wait, and then eventually there are these tiny spider webbing cracks going all along the surface of the stone figures, and the cracks kind of grow all over, and then they like bits of stone start to flake away, and the sun sets outside, and then they break free and they say, "We live again!" No. Anyone? Gargoyles reference?
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Da. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Never seen it.
That was one one of my favorite shows as a kid.
Oh, that was a great show.
Anyways, the bits of stone kind of like flake away, and then like they start to move a bit, and larger parts of stone start to also like flake away, and then like the lower layers actually start to like turn back into clothing and flesh, and then like there's like these like, and they start to move, and like they kind of like break free and start to stretch, and then they see you right in front of. Oh, we lost him. Oh, and he's back.
And he's back. Just in
Now
a different
back.
location.
Yep. Last I heard was Gargoyles reference.
Well, you didn't miss too much then.
It was a great show, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never seen it.
And the Asamar woman sorcerer kind of like looks at Isla in front of her, and the Elven Ranger also looks at Malik in front of her, and they kind of then they kind of like move their heads around and look at each other and look over, and they see their other two companions still in stone, and the Asamar woman says to Isla, "Ah, well, thank you for freeing us. Are you able to free our friends too?" And the Elven Ranger just kind of like crosses her arms and leans back. She says like, "So you were able to de-stone us? Because I'm assuming this was your doing."
Yeah, well, we were hoping that maybe you could help with the other two. I mean, we could probably do something about them, but we were wondering if maybe you had a way to help your other two buddies there.
I certainly have nothing that would help in this situation. And so the Asamar woman is still waiting for a response from Isla.
Isla just kind of looks at her and is like,
And then like
we have these jam jars.
As you're like stammering, then all of a sudden like a big smile like crosses her face, and she like reaches out and she like grabs your head by like the cheeks. And...
Oh no! Isla immediately is not about that, and immediately tries to like go backwards.
And it's like, "Oh, it's you! You're my cousin!"
Nope. I don't like this. I don't like Grace. I don't like this.
And then they like she like tries to like get you in a hug.
Oh no! Oh no! That's not happening. I'll make a million rolls that this doesn't happen. Isla is
Let's go
like
bowling.
falls backwards and is scrambling away. And just it's like saying jam jars. Like just try it. Yeah. No, it's.
And like she gets a very kind of like dejected look on her face, and she was like, "Aw, the voice in my head told me that you should be coming to rescue me."
Yeah, I've done that. I have a book.
What's in your book?
The voice in your head is in my. I didn't. There was more sentence there. The voice in your head is in my book, and it told me to do this. So now you're going to help us kill a dragon. That's how all this works, right? I just kind of look around, right, Malik? That's you're on board with this?
Isla, are you saying that you and this sorceress both listen to the same voice? You both have the same voice you're listening to?
The book said that, I think. Something along those lines. We're related or something. And I just kind of give a sideways glance towards this new person that is overly touchy.
So I kind of drift between Isla and the woman, so that kind of I'm in the middle of them, just kind of not interposing directly with me facing her, but more shoulder to shoulder of both of them, but kind of separating them. Casual like. because I can see that Isel is highly uncomfortable. Hey Arvin, good to see you.
Arvin, happy birthday. How does it feel to be young again?
Well, I think there's a half an hour until it's his birthday, his time. But yes, happy birthday, Arv!
Yeah, well, for me,
And
it is
we
his
all
birthday,
sing on
so I don't
stream.
care.
We all sing a horrible rendition of Happy Birthday on stream the moment it happens, right?
Oh.
Except without
Sure, at midnight.
Mal.
Arvin, it is half past 6 in the morning on September 16th in Norway, so I don't give a crap.
Right. So Grace says, we have not been introduced. I am Grace of the Refreshing Breeze, and who might you be? She says this to the sorceress.
Yep, just trying to fix scams.
Yep.
That's right, he's back.
Yeah, there we go.
Everything worked out.
So, you're okay. Yeah. So, anyway, she says, "Oh, my name is Trissel. I am a sorceress, and these were my friends. That's Alsara. But I see that Chet and Thragos are still petrified."
Oh, so Thragos and Trisara. So I was gonna call you T-Bird, but since he also starts with a T, now I'm really thrown for nicknames.
So I hope that just the stuff that you used on Alsara and I wasn't all that you had, and that you have more, and that we can turn Chet and Thragos back into not stone.
Well, the two very neatly wrapped jam jars of poultice. We have more.
Oh,
They look
good. And
decorative
she
and like jam.
reaches out to try and take one from you.
As she like takes it, I just kind of like too close.
I stand ready to catch if Isel drops and fumbles the gem jars.
Well, she like takes one from you, so I don't know. Like, are you?
Oh no, not letting go of the other one, but like as she takes it, it's just kind of like this is a too close type of interaction for Isel or a stranger. And then he kind of like tries to recover himself, but doesn't do a good job of it because he doesn't know what that means, really.
Oh, you don't. You're not very good at this whole personal interaction thing, are you?
Well, I wouldn't see that. That's very rude of you to say. I kind of look questioningly at Grace.
And she just kind of like
Did I get it
shrugs.
right?
It's a bit personal, but here, Isel, allow me, and I hold out my hand for the remaining jam jar.
Put the spoon in it. Oh, the jam. Yes. Here, and I put the jam jar in there. The spoon helps spreading it. So, here you go.
Okay, I take it and I pass it to the sorceress.
Okay.
After watching this interaction, I'm going to look at the elf ranger and go, is she as much of a pain in the ass as he is?
Always.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, Trissel, give me one of those, and I'll start working on Chet over here if you want to slather the other one on Thragos over there. And
Keep boost stream now.
And so Alsara walks over to Trissel, and there's an exchange of the gem jar, and then they go over to start spreading the poultice on their still enstoned friends. And it takes them a minute or two of working, and then they stand back and wait for it to take effect. And they kind of like look back at you.
As they're spreading, I kind of like lean over to Grace. I'm not very good. I don't know if you've noticed this, Grace. And I mean, you're the newest one to the group. I'm not very good with new people, at all, in any way, shape, or form. So, um, I don't know what to do.
Well, uh,
It
sometimes
seems-
it helps to pretend an interest in people, even if you don't feel it. It makes them feel good, and then they're inclined to treat you better.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely interested in, her, patron. I don't know what they called it. Source provider, father. I don't know what any of that would be. It's more so the personality thing of in my face, and I can't. I'm not good at this.
It is somewhat noticeable sometimes that you are
But really,
not the most uh,
socially inept.
courteous of people.
I thought I pulled it off so well.
Well, it's.
I'm gonna walk by as they're having this interaction, and I'm gonna go over to this one where they're slathering the thing, and I'm gonna go, "Yeah, that's rich."
Rich. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that turn of phrase, but so someone said something about a dragon. And by now at this point, like there's like the flakes of stone coming off, and the Goliath is kind of like about to break free.
I said dragon. We have to fight. There's a dragon that we have to fight because it's killing.
And there's a burst and like of stone that comes off of the form of the Goliath, and he like kind of like takes this like big step forward with like axe in hand, and and kind of like shakes his head and looks up. He's like, "That was much too long in that form."
Yeah, stay there, big fella. You'll be all right. Just walk it off.
And the halfling rogue down on where the Elsara had slathered the poultice on the halfling rogue's form. The halfling rogue kind of like starts to like shake free and then like falls over face first. And then like quickly like rolls up and like springs up, and he's like, "Ah! Wait, who are all these people?" Trissel, Elsara, Thragos. Good to see all of you. But really, who are all these other people? And then Thragos says, and Thragos is like looking around and is like, well, if there were trees, I would be smashing them. But they look to be maybe friendly folk.
Since
Yeah,
none of the
what
others are
is-
saying anything, I will step forward and say, "Greetings. We are a party of adventurers who came across you all frozen in stone, and we decided that it would be the correct thing to do to free you all. And we did have to go through quite a few things to make that possible, but we came back and it seems to have worked. I'm so pleased to see you all looking healthy and alert." And I look at them all questioningly to see if they really do seem healthy and alert.
And Thragos is just kind of scowling. And Chet is like, I'm awfully hungry.
Wait, I do have some pocket bacon.
There it is. There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
I will dole out the pocket bacon.
Is
Not
it-
the
has
drugged
any-
one.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, not the special pocket bacon.
Welcome back to reality. Here's some drugs.
Right?
Yes. Alsara, the Elven Ranger, she says, yes, if you have any provisions to spare, we would gladly appreciate them. But someone said something about a dragon.
But when she talks about provisions to spare, I take the axe off of my back and I just hand it to her.
And she like holds the axe, and then she like gives it over to Thragos. And he's like, I think you might find more use out of that than I would.
That's a provision of some variety, right?
No, provisions, foodstuffs.
Oh, food provisions, not like war provisions or, I don't know, sleeping provisions or clothing provisions or okay. And that's it. That's all. And then you just go silent again.
Dragon? Someone please explain about the dragon.
Well, there is a dragon that has come to Icespire Peak, and it is terrorizing many areas all around it. It has killed people. It has killed a member of this group before I came to join them. It killed a former traveling companion of theirs. And we are trying to become strong enough and skilled enough to be able to go after that dragon. We are hoping that we are. Well, we're certainly closer to that goal than we have been before. And if so be you felt inclined to join us in this quest, you would certainly be most welcome.
And the other party all kind of like looks at each other, and then Tressel says, I'm afraid we have a divinely appointed other mission that we need to attend to.
Oh, well, it's fine. I bought us some time. I bought some cows.
And with that, I think is where we will end this session.
I bought us some cows is the best way to end the session.
Yeah.
I did just want to add that I have rations and I passed out rations. I figured I took out 2 for my thing.
All right. So, after much traveling and whatnot, and acquiring of a cure, you are able to finally de-petrify the other adventuring party. But it seems like their aims may not entirely align with yours.
Alas.
Who's
We got
does?
all the time in the world. It's cool.
All right. So, no combat this session. There was a
Well,
chance.
we might have had combat if we had gone through the room with the vine in it, but
Yep.
I'm sure that Grace is just as happy to have avoided that.
Yes. You might have had to fight some vines if you had gone that way.
To say the least.
Maybe we'll take care of that at some point. I mean, a giant magical piece of vine probably isn't good. I can't imagine it being good. Maybe it is.
I mean, I don't see why we ever have to come back here. We already did what we did, so if the vines want to take over this whole house, I'm fine with that. There's a lot of weird shit in Neverwinter Wood.
Could be a plant dragon. You never know. It's another dragon. Just take care of it now.
Something to be determined next time. All right. Well, Triffid, we'll go through our outros here. What did you think about tonight's session? Do you have any other things on the go that you'd like to plug, and any other thoughts?
Okay. I enjoyed all our little interludes. The intrigues and minor plots of Malak against Isel were amusing. Hopefully, he won't come to too much harm from them.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to say I really wanted Isel to fail that Constitution saving throw.
Me too.
Because if he did, he would have burped fire.
And that would have been great. and then Isel could have pranked them back, and that's what I was so excited. I was already planning it. I was opening up magic lists of like things that I could do, and then I passed it with a crit, and I was like, oh no.
Well, perhaps some other time. I enjoyed the mirroring of the sorceress with Isel. I hope we don't just, all go our separate ways next session, or that we would get back together again, because it seems kind of a waste if it's just, okay, you're cured, go forth and do your own adventures without ever encountering us again. But I guess we'll find out. Maybe we could pay them to help us fight the dragon. I guess we'll see. Okay, what else is going on? I've had a few more podcasts come out. I need to update my my blog with the links for the podcasts, but I've had a few interesting discussions here and there, and that's about all that I have been up to lately. I enjoyed tonight's session. I hope we play again in 2 weeks instead of a month, but we'll see what everybody can do and get together. As always, thanks for running this, Shadow.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for playing. All right, so if that's it, we'll move on up the line to Echo.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Not too much. Not too much for Roderick in tonight's session. There was a lot of role playing and stuff, and not much chance to stab things with a dagger. But it's always a pleasure to have you with us. And do you have anything that you'd like to add about tonight's session, or anything? Any other thoughts?
Tonight's session was possibly the worst session we have ever had. Because I wanted to see a dopey Isel drugged on shrooms as all hell, and even worse hell than Family Guy's Brian Griffin. So
right, but if he hadn't crit on that, or if he hadn't passed the save and throw, then it would have been the best session ever, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
One bad roll, man.
Well, that goes to show. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at TechAlpha_X5. That's it, the end. I don't know anything else. Other than to say happy birthday to Arvin Ron again.
Yep.
Lunatic, who doesn't save himself any energy because he streams. Well, he doesn't stream that often, but he does 5 campaigns, and then he has college to teach, or university, whatever. So he always spreads himself so thin, he is special as Stickman every single day. And I would actually go play a little bit more, but my throat today was a bit hoarse. Hoarse, a bit. Because of some food I ate earlier, I think. So, next time, there shall be more of Roderick.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you. We'll move on up to Hoodie. Yeah.
Whom I now forever will call Emo Phillips.
Evil Phillips?
Yeah, there's a joke that he said or something. I don't know. Calico Chowdhury told this on stream was a I'll never forget the last words of my grandfather. He said, "A truck."
Oh, ha.
Ah,
Gotcha. Yes, because Hoodie's channel is now rebranded to Oh My God, a Truck.
With capital letters.
it's just a rebrand. It's not a rebrand. It's a revert brand. Yeah, that's the one. We went backwards. Yeah, I enjoyed tonight's session quite a great deal. It's always hard to play Easel after a break because I, as a person, want to say things that are different to Easel,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and then I forget that Easel doesn't work that way. And the entire Grace and Malik conversation, I wanted to say things, and I know that Easel would stop caring almost instantly after like initially saying something, and I was like, "Great, okay, I have words to say here," and then I just had to sit on it, and I'm like, I can't. I'm having problems with this as a human being, so that was fun. It was just a fun exercise in keeping my mouth shut and role playing. So I'm trying to get back in the swing of that because that's always hard to pick back up after I put it down for like a month.
You
Yeah,
can always type it in chat.
that's true. Yeah, I like playing Easel as a character. Easel's always fun to explore, and especially fun to explore with a very outward person because I I don't know how he would handle like it's like touching fire to him. He doesn't know how to touch it. Like he doesn't know how to interact with that type of individual. So it's a good way to put this other person. He's going to be furiously scribbling in his book the next time we start a session. It's gonna be maddening. So prepare for that, Shadowed. Happy birthday, Arvin. I'm gonna go stream a video game probably later. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out how I feel in like 15 minutes.
All right.
Isel is like a Loki.
Like a Loki? Yeah. A little bit more inept. Socially inept Loki. Yeah. I'll take that.
All right. Well, thanks. And we'll move on up to Rock God. Oh, yeah. Good. You're not frozen.
I'm not frozen. No, not this time. Yeah, I liked tonight's session. It was great. I have been sitting on those mushrooms forever. And
Uh-huh.
I kept meaning to buy a mortar and pestle so I could like make tea out of it, and I just kept forgetting to buy it, and like I didn't have the opportunity. And then when we got there, I was like doing it, and I never in my wildest dreams did I think that little like I thought Malik was gonna drink the tea and just be high. Like I just thought he was gonna like see into the ethereal realm and shit. You know, like I thought he was just gonna be messed up. I didn't think that it was going to be a like hour-long departure from what we were doing.
We all wanted to see if you could drug Esol. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That was great.
And I would have done it too if it wasn't for your pesky nat 20.
That 20 showed up at the worst time.
Yeah, because you just had to roll good 20, didn't you?
You were rolling so bad, and the one time that it counted.
That Nat Wisdom 1 was disheartening to me as a person looking at my character, just thinking, you are gonna die due to food poisoning someday. That's a bummer.
Oh, and Arvin, you became a character in our session tonight for a good 2 minutes. Just because. What was the name of the character? Was it Arvin?
Oh, yeah. There's confusion between Harbin and Arvin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, because it's Harbin is the sheriff,
The
right?
town master. Yeah.
and then who was the merchant? Was
Toblin.
the merchant Toblin? Yeah, was the merchant, and then we're on Arvin's channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot right around that area.
And speaking of Arv's channel, You can do exclamation point. R of things to find all of R of things, or exclamation point R of shop to find the merchandise shop. You can do exclamation point Icarus to learn more about Arv's graphic novel. You can do exclamation point library to find out more about Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden
We're
Library.
just finally out going to the Kickstarter backers for goodness Lord Almighty.
Yep. That has lots of good content in there, also from some other authors, for a 5e source book. And you can do exclamation point Greyshade KS, which Triffid just did, to find out information about the Greyshade Literary Universe Kickstarter coming soon. Details to be announced sometime.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be announced for the announcement of the details.
The announcement of an announcement.
Announcement.
And of course, exclamation point BLM for Black Lives Matter, because we want to continue to assert and affirm the importance of Black lives. And of also exclamation point help now for mental health assistance and suicide prevention materials, because sometimes there are times when you might need those kind of resources, and we want to make sure that those are available. So we have that command for that. And of course, stick around for a raid. We'll find somebody to raid as we're gonna do the outro stuff here. But other than that, I think, did I miss anything important? Yep. And as Arv just put in chat, come around for Esper Genesis on Friday. There is a surprise to which apparently I'm one of the only people that knows about the secret, because I had stuff that I had to do for Arv for that. But yeah, the big news for that big surprise. Be sure to come check that out on Friday. Friday night.
You are the only one.
Well, the only one who officially knows, I think.
You know, as a special gift to all of our wonderful viewers that watch CD&D specifically, maybe you should just tell us what that is.
Nope. Nope. Can't. Sorry. Come by on Friday to find out what's going on.
Arvin, it is minusculely big.
Mm.
That it is. But
It's a life-size robot.
Since you said CD&D,
Shadow
how
Crew
does everybody
Adventures.
feel about Shadow Crew Adventures?
Yep.
Because I like that better.
Yeah, I think I probably do too, but
Well, yeah, obviously you're going
have to change some assets. Anyway.
You'll have to change all the stationery.
All right, so you can do exclamation point Arv raid to find the raid message if you are not a sub, or sub raid, find the...
When you said that, Triffid, it made me feel like I was like a 30-year-old person in 1980s and 1990s now.
I read the thing.
We're stationary.
I read the thing about Back to the Future, about how Marty McFly went back to 1955, and if Marty McFly was alive today, he'd go back to 1991. And I died
Oh,
inside.
has anybody seen the Rick and Morty with Christopher Lloyd? The announcement with Christopher Lloyd and the real life version action that was made.
I didn't see it yet, but I saw the trailer for it, I think.
And that, yes.
All right. Well, thanks everyone who came out to watch. We're now gonna sign off and go to our outro screen. Be sure to stick around for that raid. Good night, everyone.
Cheerio, writer. Have a good night. Cheerio.